Ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you something right now. Love doesn't come with an expiration date. But falling in love after 60, oh, that's a whole different ball game. And nobody wants to tell you the truth about it. See, when you're young, love feels like a roller coaster. Exciting, thrilling, sometimes terrifying. But you bounce back, you move on. But after 60, things aren't the same. You carry a lifetime of experiences, scars, expectations, and habits. And falling in love now, that's like trying to drive a brand new sports car with brakes that sometimes stick. The danger isn't the love itself, it's the expectations we carry into it. We think, I've lived long enough, I know what I want. I deserve happiness, and yes, you do. But we often forget that love at this age comes with its own unique challenges: health, finances, family dynamics, long-held routines. These things matter more than you think. Falling in love might awaken your heart, but it can also awaken stress you didn't see coming. And let's not sugarcoat it, the heartbreak is sharper. The disappointment's heavier. Why? Because now we don't have decades to recover. Our friends are busy, our families may be cautious, and our energy reserves, well, they're not what they used to be. But here's the flip side. Love after 60 is also one of life's greatest gifts. It's not about passion and wild nights. It's about companionship, respect, and understanding. If you navigate it carefully, love can give you joy you've never imagined, deep, slow, burning joy that fills your soul. So don't fear it. Just be aware. Approach it with wisdom, patience, and eyes wide open. The danger isn't falling in love. It's falling without seeing the whole picture. Because, my friends, love at any age is beautiful. But love without preparation after 60 can teach you lessons the hard way. And those lessons, they're worth learning if you do it smart. You know, people always say love has no age limit, and that's true. You could be 20, 40, or even 80. Love doesn't check your ID. But let me tell you something, falling in love after 60 now, that's a whole different story. It's not that you can't do it. Lord, no. You can fall head over heels, feel butterflies in your stomach, even get that goofy smile on your face that nobody else understands. But here's the thing, when you're over 60, love comes with baggage. Not your baggage necessarily, but life's baggage. You've lived, you've been through heartbreak, joy, loss, and disappointment. And all of that doesn't just vanish because somebody walks into your life and says, hello, I like you. You see younger people, they jump into love like they're jumping into a pool. And that's okay because if they belly flop, it's just water. But after 60, jumping into love is like jumping into a pool with hidden rocks. And those rocks, their responsibilities, health concerns, financial complications, and long established routines that don't just move for anyone. You've got your way of doing things, your rhythm, your habits. And all of a sudden, somebody wants to waltz in and change the tune. That's where the danger comes in. Love is beautiful, but it's not always easy. And let me tell you another truth. Your heart might be young, your spirit might be ready, but your life is full of reality. Maybe you've lost a spouse. Maybe you've been single for decades. Maybe you've had your heart stomped on one too many times. And now when you feel that spark, your heart says, yes, but your brain is screaming, hold up, slow down, think about this. It's a battle, and that's normal. That's life after 60. Your heart wants the excitement, your mind wants security, and navigating between those two, that's tricky business. Then there's the issue of time. Younger folks, they think they have all the time in the world to figure things out. After 60, you start feeling that time differently. Not in a bad way, but in a practical, realistic way. You can't afford to waste years discovering fundamental incompatibilities. You need to be wise, you need to observe, and you need to move cautiously because falling too fast can hurt more than it heals. That's why love after 60 isn't about rushing or passion. It's about respect, understanding, and compatibility. You have to evaluate not just how the person makes you feel, but how they fit into your life your daily routine, your family, your health realities. And don't get me wrong, falling in love after 60 is worth it. I'm not saying it's a danger you should avoid, far from it. But it's like learning a new skill with an old body. You've got experience, you've got wisdom, but you've got to proceed carefully. The stakes are higher, the heart is older, and the recovery from mistakes, it's slower. But when it works, when you find that balance, that's a love that can surprise you, warm you, and change the rest of your life. But it requires awareness. Love after 60 isn't reckless. It's deliberate. And that, my friends, is the truth most people don't tell you about. Now, let's talk about expectations. Oh, boy, expectations are tricky at any age. But after 60, they can be downright dangerous. You see, when you've lived a long life, you've got ideas about how love should look, how a partner should act, and what a relationship should give you. And there's nothing wrong with having standards. Lord knows you've earned them. But here's the catch. Sometimes your expectations can blind you to reality. They can make you ignore the little things, the warning signs, the quirks that don't fit your picture of perfection. And I'm here to tell you, love after 60 doesn't come in a neat little box. It comes messy, unpredictable, and full of surprises. When you get older, you start thinking, I've been through it all. I know exactly what I want. I deserve happiness. I don't have time for nonsense. And yes, you do deserve happiness. But the problem is expecting a perfect partner or a perfect relationship can set you up for disappointment before you even start. You see, love is never perfect. Even the best relationships have bumps, even when both people are mature, wise, and thoughtful. If you come in expecting flawless, you're already stacking the deck against yourself. And after 60, those bumps feel heavier. They sting a little more, take a little longer to heal, because at this age, you're not bouncing back like you did at 25. Expectations can also make you rush decisions or overlook compatibility. You think, I've waited this long, I'm not wasting another year. And suddenly, you overlook things that would have been obvious if you weren't blinded by your desire for love and companionship. It's like buying a house without inspecting it because you're too excited to move in. Sure, it looks good at first glance, but the cracks will show up, and then you're stuck with a bigger mess than you expected. And let's not forget about the emotional baggage that comes with expectations. Maybe you've been hurt before. Maybe you've seen friends struggle or witnessed relationships fall apart. You start carrying all that with you, and you expect your new partner to fit neatly into your life, to handle your past perfectly, to read your mind without you saying a word. Newsflash, that's not realistic. No human being, no matter how wonderful, can erase your past or perfectly anticipate your needs. Expecting that is a fast track to frustration. But here's the good news, expectations aren't all bad. They can guide you, remind you of what matters, and help you recognize red flags. The key is balance. You want standards? Yes. You want a partner who respects you, loves you genuinely, and shares your values. But you don't want to demand perfection. You don't want to carry your idea of love like a blueprint and reject anyone who doesn't fit it exactly. Love, especially after 60, is about flexibility. It's about understanding that the person you fall for will have flaws, quirks, and habits that might annoy you at times, and that's okay. The danger of expectations is thinking love should look like your idealized version instead of seeing it for what it really is. The real joy comes when you approach a relationship with realistic eyes, patience, and an open heart. You get to experience a partnership full of a lot of respect and companionship without being disappointed by an imaginary picture of perfection. That's when love becomes truly rewarding. Now let me tell you something about heartbreak after 60. It's not like it used to be when you were young. When you were 20 or 30, heartbreak was painful, sure, but it was temporary. You scraped your knee, you cried a little, you got over it, and you were back on your feet ready to try again. But after 60, Lord, heartbreak hits differently. It's sharper. It cuts deeper. And the reason is simple. You've lived long enough to know what losing someone really feels like. You've invested decades into your routines, your family, your peace of mind, and now you're opening your heart again. That makes every disappointment feel heavier. Every betrayal stings longer. Every "I'm sorry" feels like it's coming too late. And it's not just emotional, it's physical too. Your heart races, your sleep suffers, your appetite changes. Your body remembers pain differently. You don't bounce back overnight like you might have in your 20s. You feel it in your bones, in your chest, in your stomach. And let's be real, the social support system is different too. When you're younger, your friends are around, your family is there, your world is more flexible. After 60, people are busy with their own lives. They've got grandchildren, jobs, responsibilities. So when heartbreak comes knocking, you sometimes face it a little more alone than you ever did before. Then there's the mental toll. You start questioning everything. You think, why did I let myself fall again? Didn't I know better? How did I miss this? And you have to fight those thoughts because they can spiral. You've learned a lot from life, but heartbreak at this age can make even the wisest person second guess themselves. It can make you wonder if love is worth it, if taking a chance again is even smart. But let me tell you, it is worth it. The sharpness of heartbreak doesn't mean you shouldn't love. It just means you have to approach it with your eyes wide open. Here's another thing about heartbreak after 60. It's not just about losing a person. It's about losing the idea of what your life could be with them. You've already built your life, maybe in solitude, maybe with family, maybe with routines that bring you comfort. When you let someone new in and it doesn't work out, it's like the rug is pulled out from under you. And that's scary. That's why people fear falling in love at this age. It's not the love itself. It's the potential pain that comes with it. But heartbreak also comes with a gift. When it hurts this much, it teaches you. It teaches you who you are, what you truly value, and how much you're willing to give. It teaches you that even after 60, your heart is capable of great love, deep connection, and raw emotion. And when you do find the right person, or even when you don't, you carry that lesson forward. You carry it with dignity, with wisdom, and yes, with a little caution, but also with hope. Because you know the pain was real, but so was the joy while it lasted. The point is, heartbreak at 60 is sharper, yes, but it's also a sign that your heart is still alive, still beating, still capable of giving and receiving love. You don't shy away from it because of the sting. You learn from it, you heal. And when love returns, it feels richer, deeper, and more meaningful than ever before. You've earned it. Your heart has earned it. Now, here's something a lot of people don't talk about when it comes to falling in love after 60. Family and social dynamics. Oh yes, they matter. They matter a whole lot more than you think. When you're young, you think it's all about you and that special person and maybe your friends. But after 60, it's like stepping into a dance where a lot of other people already have their choreography. You've got kids, grandkids, siblings, friends, maybe even neighbors who have opinions. And sometimes those opinions don't exactly match what your heart wants. You can't just fall in love in a vacuum. That's not how it works anymore. See, your children might have concerns. They might worry about your safety, your finances, or even your heart. And it's not because they want to control you. They just want to protect you. And that's natural. But if you're not ready for those conversations, or if you try to ignore their feelings, it can create tension faster than you can say romance. Love after 60 isn't just about two people connecting. It's about integrating that person into a life that's already full of family history, routines, and loyalties. And that integration takes patience, understanding, and communication. Then there's friends and social circles. You've probably got a group of friends who've been around for decades. They're comfortable with you the way you are. And now you're bringing someone new into the mix, And suddenly your old routines, your Friday nights, your Sunday brunches, your card games, they might all change. Some friends embrace it, some resist it, and that can create conflict. You've got to navigate it carefully because the wrong move can isolate you, even from the people you've known your whole life. And it doesn't stop there. The new person you're bringing into your life has their own family, their own friends, their own expectations. Sometimes these two worlds collide and it can get messy. Maybe they want to spend more time with you than your kids are comfortable with. Maybe your social calendars clash. Maybe family vacations turn into awkward negotiations. And here's the thing. These aren't small details. They're real life day-to-day realities that can make or break a relationship if ignored. You can't just fall in love and pretend the rest of the world doesn't exist. But don't let that scare you. The key is communication. You've got to talk openly with your family, with your friends, and with your new partner. You've got to be honest about your needs, your limits, and your expectations. Let everyone know that this relationship is important to you, but also be willing to listen. Find a balance that respects everyone involved. That's how mature, lasting love works. It's not reckless, it's deliberate. It's about making room for love without throwing your world into chaos. And here's the beautiful part: when done right, love after 60 can actually strengthen family and social bonds. Your family sees you happy, your friends see you vibrant, and your new partner brings joy and perspective that enhances everyone's lives. But you have to be aware that it's not just about your heart anymore. It's about the ecosystem around you. Love after 60 is like planting a tree in a crowded garden. You've got to be careful where you put it, nurture it, and make sure it has room to grow without uprooting everything else. Family and social dynamics matter more than most people realize, and understanding that is what separates a reckless romance from a lasting, joyful partnership. Love after 60 is about connection, yes, but it's also about harmony, patience, and respect for the world you've already built. Now, let's talk about something a lot of people forget when they start thinking about love after 60, how deeply fulfilling it can be. See, when you're young, love is often loud, messy, dramatic, full of highs and lows, and all that excitement feels like the point. But after 60, love takes on a different flavor. It's not about the drama or the roller coaster ride. It's about companionship, respect, and feeling seen and understood. And let me tell you, there's nothing sweeter than that kind of love when you've lived a long life. Falling in love at 60 isn't about passion that burns hot and fast. It's about warmth that lasts. It's waking up next to someone who knows your quirks, your habits, your little routines, and still chooses to be there. It's having someone to share quiet moments with, someone to laugh with over silly jokes, someone who reminds you that life isn't just about surviving, it's about enjoying. And when you experience that kind of love, it fills a part of you that maybe you didn't even realize was empty. You see, younger people are often chasing love for excitement, novelty, or validation. But after 60, you're looking for depth. You want a connection that feels like home. You want a partner who will celebrate your joys, support you in your struggles, and simply exist alongside you in harmony. And that kind of love, that's rare. That's special. And when you find it, it hits differently than anything you've ever experienced. It's not about the rush of butterflies. It's about the peace in your heart and the joy in your soul. And let me tell you something else. This love is also forgiving. After 60, both people have lived long enough to understand that nobody's perfect. You've got flaws, your partner's got flaws, and that's okay. What matters is patience, understanding, and willingness to grow together. You don't waste time on games or trying to change the other person. You appreciate them for who they are, and they appreciate you. And that mutual respect, that acceptance, is what makes love so fulfilling at this stage in life. There's also a sense of freedom in love after 60. You've done your time, paid your dues, raised your family, worked your career. Now you get to love for love's sake. You don't have to impress anyone. You don't have to pretend to be someone you're not. You can be honest, vulnerable, and open, and that honesty creates a bond that's incredibly deep. And that, my friends, is a type of love that can't be rushed or forced. It has to be earned and nurtured over time. And the beauty of it is, love after 60 can bring joy you never imagined. It can make ordinary days feel extraordinary. A simple walk, a shared meal, a quiet conversation. These moments become treasures. The thrill isn't in the newness or the drama. It's in the genuine connection, the laughter, the shared life experiences, and the comfort of knowing someone truly sees you. That's the kind of love that fills your heart without demanding it be anything other than what it is. So love after 60 isn't just possible. It can be one of the most fulfilling experiences of your life. It's deeper, wiser, calmer, and richer than anything you felt in your younger years. And if you approach it with openness, patience, and respect, it has the power to make these years of your life some of the happiest you've ever known. Now, here's something you've got to hear if you're thinking about falling in love after 60. Approach it with wisdom and awareness. I'm talking about really thinking, really feeling, and really seeing what's in front of you before you jump in head first. You see, love after 60 isn't like it was when you were 20. Back then, you could throw caution to the wind, make mistakes, fall, get up, and try again without much consequence. But now, your heart, your health, your time, and your peace of mind all matter more than ever. That means you've got to approach love like a wise general planning a strategy. Eyes open, senses sharp, and heart ready. Wisdom in love after 60 comes from experience. You've lived a long life. You know the highs and lows, the joy and the pain. You've seen relationships succeed, fail, and everything in between. You know how easy it is to fall for someone's charm without really seeing the substance behind it. So this time, you don't just follow the butterflies. You look deeper. You notice how they treat people, how they communicate, how they handle stress, how they respond when things don't go their way. All those little details, they matter more now than ever because they tell you the truth about who this person really is, not just who they want you to see. Awareness also means knowing yourself. You know what you need, what you can tolerate, and what your deal breakers are. You've been through heartbreak, disappointment, and maybe even loss of a spouse or long-term partner. That means your boundaries are important and your peace is priceless. You have to protect your heart while still allowing it to be open. And that's a delicate balance. You want love, companionship, and joy, but you don't want to get caught in a storm that will drain you emotionally or mentally. Approaching love with awareness helps you recognize the difference between a healthy connection and a situation that could cause more harm than good. And let me tell you something else. Approaching love with wisdom doesn't mean you can't have fun. It doesn't mean you stop enjoying the little sparks, the laughter, the romance. No, it means you enjoy those moments fully, but you also keep your eyes open for the bigger picture. You notice how this love fits into your life, how it affects your family, your routines, your freedom, your happiness. Wisdom is about balance. It's about living in the moment while also planning for the long-term well-being of your heart and your life. Awareness also extends to understanding the risks. You've got more to lose now than you did when you were younger. Emotional investment is heavier. Social dynamics can complicate things, and heartbreak is sharper. But when you approach love with both wisdom and awareness, you minimize unnecessary pain while maximizing the chances of a truly fulfilling relationship. You see clearly, think carefully, and act deliberately. And that kind of approach is exactly what allows you to enjoy love after 60 without regrets. Finally, wisdom and awareness in love are about patience. You don't rush. You take the time to see, to feel, to evaluate, and to grow together. You celebrate the joy, you acknowledge the risks, and you move forward with eyes wide open. Because when you combine your heart's openness with your life's experience, You give yourself the best chance for a love that is lasting, meaningful, and deeply rewarding. Love after 60 isn't about being reckless. It's about being smart, thoughtful, and courageous all at the same time. And that, my friends, is how you make it work.